Rolling.
RockRageRadio.com, and it's Trivium right there, Beyond Oblivion from album number 8, The Sin and the Sentence. Facemelter here, and we are at the Impact Festival, the inaugural Impact 3-day festival in Bangor, Maine. And I'm here with bassist Paolo from Trivium. You guys just went on a food run, I take it? And,
yes.
Winding down the end of this tour with Fit for an Autopsy, probably ready to chill out and go home for a bit, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great tour. I mean, we pretty much bookended the run with festivals. We started off Rock USA, Rock Fest up in Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
Ending it here, Montreal. But the in-between shows were actually surprisingly great turnouts. They're really fun. We loved having Fit for an Autopsy and Bad Omens. I mean, it's going to be nice to go home, but I feel like it was sort of a short run, so no one feels like they were burnt out or anything.
Yeah.
So that's always a good way to end.
You guys are experienced now too, so you're like, no, we can't do 5 months straight. We'll do this.
I mean, we'll do a lot straight. I mean, we did almost 2-3 months straight, which is like kind of not what we're normally aiming for, but we sort of weren't able to get around it this last time when we were out in Europe and then those spring festivals. But you just sometimes, like when the offers are there, you kind of have to go for it.
Yeah,
and this album has been such a great success for us so far. And
yeah, the fans have like really responded.
Yeah, so it's sort of like, you know, you gotta, when the opportunities are there, you go for it.
Absolutely. I was telling Andre over there that I was down at Welcome to Rockville, but I missed you. You know, it's so crazy, so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
But that went well for you. I'm trying to think, was your last main show, do you remember? It was at a club called The Asylum.
Yeah, we were there
like
with
3 years ago?
Well, we were just there recently.
Oh, you played Aura recently? The new one?
Yeah, the new one. We played
okay.
there with Bullet.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
we were just there. That was a pretty big makeover for the place.
Yeah.
I've never seen a venue transform
It's
that
like,
much.
is this the same place?
Yeah, but it was great. Great show. Glad to be back. It's Corey's home state.
Yeah.
So,
what town is he from?
I mean,
Do you remember?
I know he grew up in Dover, Foxcroft.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
small little town, but
That's not far from here at all.
yeah, I think his parents and family live down in Portland, maybe. So I'm sure Corey's gonna have a bunch of friends out today.
Yeah.
You know, he gets full access to the guest list today. So
I noticed. I don't think he was walking with you guys, so he's off like doing the thing.
He's just chilling in the bunk. He's a bunk chiller
Oh.
for most of the day till the sun goes down a little bit.
Tell Corey, Dover Foxcroft. I used to spend many summers in Dexter, which is
Yeah,
right down the road.
Yeah, I mean, I bet I've seen it on the map. Looks like it's out kind of out there.
It's beautiful.
But it looks like it's like probably very nice.
You've heard of the Dexter shoes? That's what they think.
I don't know. I've never heard of those.
It's a little too preppy for us, I guess. Yeah, Lake Wasakay. So, Josh Wilbur did mixing on the record.
He produced as well.
Oh, he
this
did.
one, yeah.
And you know the main connection with him, right?
Yeah. That's
Just
how.
in case people don't know. And there's another connection besides he being from Maine.
Yeah.
His brother Jared,
Yeah.
singer for Too Late the
Yeah,
Hero,
yeah.
and the guitarist from Too Late the Hero now has a new band called Trove.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
they're playing first tomorrow.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's all
And
these
Too Late the
connections
Hero
back, yeah.
playing a show with Roseview, who are probably
Yeah,
on stage right now.
Josh and Corey obviously bonded over their love of all New England sports teams and Maine
So
insider
Corey's
things.
a Pats fan.
Yeah.
Let's see the.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd be allowed back here if he wasn't.
So, Heavy Montreal tomorrow,
Yes.
then you guys get a break. When I hear you guys, all I can think of is 0506, I was doing a metal show on the radio in Alaska, Ascendancy and the Crusade. I just kicked the crap out of like Rain and Dying in Your Arms and all that stuff. But then I kind of lost touch with you. I didn't kind of get back into you until the 15 album, the Silence in the Snow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's good to have you guys coming to Maine because we're supporting you.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
We appreciate it, man. But back in those days, like 0506, you guys were pretty young. Didn't you play Mayhem at that time?
It was Ozfest at the time.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's still Ozfest.
Yeah, Ozfest, and we did a few Mayhems, and now it's sort of the weekend destination festivals that kind of took the place of all that.
But didn't you guys headline some European festivals? What was that like?
We're actually, in like 2 weeks, we're one of the headliners for a festival called Summer Breeze in Germany. So that's going to be our biggest headliner to date, I believe.
How many bands?
I'd it's packed. I mean, it's gotta be. It's like a 3 or 4 day festival.
So like 30, 40 bands a day at least.
Yeah, maybe that or more. But I mean, it's gonna be killer. There's a lot of great bands on it. It's about 50,000 people coming out.
In Germany?
Yeah. It's
all right, well,
one of the best festivals.
We have listeners in Europe, so make sure you guys are there for Trivium, my friends. Back to the new record. I love the single "Heart from Your Hate." I heard it on the radio. I was like, wow, that's so catchy, so hooky. And I love the fact that you guys have the ability to do that with your songs. But I know like you guys are like big black metal fans and death metal fans, and it's just awesome how your taste is so varied, and songwriting just shows for it, man. It's good stuff.
I mean, I think for us it's just about mixing all of those things. It becomes more seamless when we're in the rehearsal room, and it's not like we go in and be like, okay, this next part's got to be influenced by this or that. It's just you sort of throw out riffs and you develop the songs around that stuff. And if people heard the original, kind of like I guess you could say the demo for Heart From Your Hate before it became Heart From Your Hate, it was totally different. And sometimes a song will come in and it'll get shrunken down into a more concise thing. Sometimes we'll expand upon it and make it a longer song. You never know where it's going to go. Just as you're making the record, you're just sort of like, okay, we got a song like that. We need a song like this now.
Yeah, and I think the fans are digging, the thrash influence and the guitar work. Speaking of guitar work, is Matt still doing the online guitar clinics?
Twitch? He's probably doing it right now.
What is it? Just in case people don't know, Twitch? You don't know?
Twitch. I don't know, Kichi Chaos or something.
Andre, do you know what it is?
What's that?
Matt's online.
Kichi Chaos.
Kichi Chaos, that's what it is. I'm sorry. So check that out, you guitar nerds. So you guys started so young. Does it trip you out now, like all these years later? Here you are doing these huge festivals, these great tours, selling albums, 8 albums in.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to think we've been doing it so long, but I feel like, when I look out now and the shows are getting better, and there's more people, there's a lot of new people, it feels good because it feels like we built it on something very real and
organic.
It hasn't been like a quick, like, blew up real big and then, it kind of shrunk down.
Yeah.
I like that it's always been a constant build, and the fans we've gathered along the way have been like real diehard, and that's sort of like what we view it as now. It's like we're bringing people into like this Trivium community and fan base. It's not like just trying to kind of just gather everyone in. It's like you get what we do and you come into it. It's like, well, we're not for you, and I feel like building it that way has been the way it's worked for us best.
No bandwagons, just if you dig us, you're gonna like it. You probably like the next record to hang with.
I feel like right when we made like Shogun 09, I feel like that's when the fan base really started to kind of like solidify into like what it is today, and it was more of like not just getting people like, oh, I like this one song, and then they kind of like tune out. It's been those long-term fans that have kept us going.
Props to the Trivium fans, man. Fall tour with Avatar and Light the Torch. Those tickets are on sale now. Get those. I believe it starts in Tampa October 3rd.
Yes.
Well, it's with Impact this weekend. One of the highlights, obviously, was yesterday, the final Slayer tour.
Oh, yeah.
So every band I'm talking to this weekend, I'm asking, favorite Slayer song, favorite Slayer album.
That's tough. I mean, I'm probably gonna go with Rain and Blood because I think
Song album.
The entire album, because it's perfect. There's no fat on the record. I mean, if you're gonna ever show someone like, oh, what's thrash, like you would play them that record. That would be that's the elevator pitch record for thrash, And songs, that's really tough, but I'd probably have to go with Black Magic because I really liked that song when I was kind of first getting into Slayer and learning. I had been playing bass, but I had started guitar.
God, how old were you then?
I started guitar when I was about like 12 or 13. So like bass was a year or two before that.
Yeah.
But just learning Slayer songs, I felt like that was like a sort of a manageable one to start with.
Sure.
But it's such a great song still.
Before they got sometimes they got technical enough.
Yeah, once you started getting into the fast stuff, it was definitely tricky. But I mean, that's one of those songs that's just like the riff is iconic, and I think when you learn some of the first songs you learn, they kind of stick with you.
I have to admit, I got really sad last night. I mean, I loved the show. I was banging my head all night. but like I was like, that's probably the last time I'm ever going to see
Yeah,
that.
it's pretty crazy.
Such a part of my life, you know.
I mean, we're very fortunate because we did a tour with them back in 2007 or 8, and it was with the original lineup. You know, probably one of the last tours Jeff Hanneman did. I was probably 2 or 3 years before Jeff Hanneman had to bail because of being sick, and that was, you know, looking back now. Looking back now, of course, I mean, you never think like, oh, like you're just thinking it's like another tour. I mean, obviously it was amazing because
you feel lucky.
But now, I mean,
that's
you know,
awesome.
one of the few newer bands to say they've ever done a tour with the original lineup of Slayer.
That's awesome.
So
That's
very lucky.
Well, you guys are lucky today too. I think you got a great spot on the stage between going on between COC and Gojira.
Yeah,
that's a pretty nice spot.
There's some really cool bands on today. I'm stoked. You know.
Yeah.
Definitely going to try to check all of them because I don't think I've seen COC live, and Gojira's great. Black Label, of course. Haven't seen them in a while. So.
It's a good mix.
Always a good one. Yeah.
It's a good mix. Paul, appreciate it, man. If you can hang for a picture, maybe get some IDs and stuff. Been talking with bassist Paolo from Trivium. We are at Impact Music Festival Bangor, and we'll wrap it up with the title track to the new Trivium, The Sin and the Sentence. It's rockrageradio.com.